Giva Corja. Hi everyone, Eimear Burke here. Welcome to another Fireside Chat. And this is Fireside Chat 183, where I'm in conversation with a member of the Order of Bards, Ovates and Druids. And as is customary, I start with a prayer for peace. Gamara Shiakon ar fud na crinne. Gamara Shiakon in our Jaili agus in our Jirha. Ganairi len ar kuch garmaka, gamich buikus jiv, jech a kvitaka spirit kvitaka. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in our homes and in our countries. May our missions be accomplished. We thank you, guardian spirits and guardian deities. For peace. As the fever of day calms towards twilight, may all that is strained in us come to ease. We pray for all who suffered violence today. May an unexpected serenity surprise them. For those who risk their lives each day for peace, may their hearts glimpse providence at the heart of history. That those who make riches from violence and war might hear in their dreams the cries of the lost. That we might see through our fear of each other a new vision to heal our fatal attraction to aggression. That those who enjoy the privilege of peace might not forget their tormented brothers and sisters. That the wolf might lie down with the lamb, that our swords be beaten into plowshares, and no hurt or harm be done anywhere along the holy mountain. I started saying this prayer for peace just at the time when Russia first attacked Ukraine. And I'm a great believer, I'm quite emotional now. I'm a great believer in the power of prayer and the importance of praying for peace. And I've been criticised for assuming that I'm in my little bubble praying for peace and not actually standing up for justice or human rights. But when I think that prayer for peace is not just for people in Ukraine, it's for people in Sudan, Congo, for those in Palestine who are suffering from a genocide, for everywhere there is conflict, for people in the modern world whose human rights are being rolled back, the rights to protest, the right to hold a flag, the right to stand in silence, the right to stand for justice, or to express an opinion that not everybody may agree with. And it strikes me that it's really, really important never, ever to lose hope and never to give up on peace. And this also, I love the Druids' prayer for peace, which starts with ourselves. And I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to say it in Irish and then in English. Godawan, lasje the great Hucker Maveha, Gavoy me Shiakon. Deep within the still center of my being, may I find peace. Cochun, lasje the Godawan, lasje the Cunas on all. Go rinny me Shiakon. Silently within the quiet of the grove, may I share peace. Gamonla, lasje the Kirkle Intok Nadenaka, Gagawi me Shiakon. Gently within the greater circle of humankind, may I radiate peace. And when we talk for justice and when we talk for human rights, we all need to start with that still center, that quiet in the center of our being, to find that place, to come from that place of peace, because that is what grounds us. Whether we are standing up as warriors, whether we're on the Smud flotilla heading towards Gaza, whether we're protesting, whether we're standing up for our brothers and sisters, we need to stand firm within our own center of our being, and then we can radiate to our communities and so on. So that's my rant for today, and just let me see where you're all from. So sorry about the little bit of emotion there. So hi Liz from Wyoming, Sheffield, New York, Calgary, lovely. I'm in Morocco and it's very hot. It's in the high 30s. Gisborne, New Zealand, lovely. Limburg, the Netherlands. Happy Thursday from the Pacific Coast. That's lovely. From the New Forest, brilliant. County Kerry, New Zealand again. I can't say that word. Alexandra Griffith. Cain Cuil Tunish Tom Gama. ICW Suwickley, PA. No idea. Sorry about that. So it's great to be back. Penzance. Lovely to be here. So We are going, Istanbul. Okay, Norway. Lovely to see you all. Stephen says sometimes the battle is in our minds. Yes. Lapland, Northamptonshire. Clough-Jordan Village. Lovely. That's in Ireland. So we are going to Portugal today. Let me introduce my guest, OBOD member, Inês Nobre. Inês, you're so welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with you, talking with you.
Okay, so what's the weather like where you are?
During the day, very hot, 29 degrees Celsius today, but in the evening it's a little more chilly, especially because I'm in Sintra, so here is
Okay, well, tell us
a
what
little
Sintra is.
chilly.
I've never been to Portugal, so what is Sintra like?
Sintra is the most magical place. This is especially you live in Ireland, so maybe in Ireland would be more special for you, but Sintra is like a fairy tale place. It's very beautiful. You have to come here.
So what's the landscape like?
Mountains
Uh-huh.
and also sea together. You can see the sea from top of Sintra.
Oh, beautiful,
Very
beautiful.
beautiful.
So tell us a little bit about your background, because I'm
So,
curious as to how we got here today. Going back to the very beginning.
I studied Portuguese literature,
Uh-huh.
and I worked as a bookseller for 10 years. And honestly, I thought I would be a bookseller all my life. It was my dream job. And when I stopped, I felt completely lost. And I had to rediscover myself. And it was a great process. I ended up like working in a pharmacy, a theater company, a bar, a pizza van. I did all kinds of stuff. And then finally I found virtual assistants, which absolutely changed my life because suddenly I was being paid to doing stuff I learned as hobbies, like social media, creating content, answering emails, and creating articles for blog posts. So it was awesome, especially because at that moment we were experiencing the pandemic. So I haven't stopped working.
So you said
And
something. Did you just? Can I cut across? You said something. Ritual, something or other. Maybe I
ritual,
missed.
no, yeah.
You said something, and I was waiting. I thought it was something about ritual, but no, I probably misheard you.
No, my English with the Portuguese accent. Sorry. But at the same time, I was working as a virtual assistant.
Oh, a virtual assistant. Okay, now I get you. I listened to. I heard that as ritual. Okay.
I discovered so much about me at that time, and that was also what led me to the OBOD. I joined OBOD in 2020 when I was feeling completely afraid. I think I lost you in here.
No, I can hear you. Can you? I can hear you. You have frozen. Can you hear me now? I can hear you. You have frozen. So I'll just give her a few moments. I'll just read some. I was going to ask Philosophical Phoenix, is that an antique sewing machine behind her? Yeah, I'll have to see. Oh, I've lost her. Hopefully she will come back again. So I'll just read some comments. Anyway, it's lovely to be back after seemed like a long summer. So she's entered the studio again. Okay, here she is.
Sorry, it was me.
Okay, I forgive you.
Sorry. I don't know what you heard last.
Yeah, I now know what you meant. You said a virtual assistant. I heard it as a ritual assistant.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It would be more magical, a ritual assistant.
Okay,
So,
that's funny how we heard that. So, just go on.
okay, so by the same time I was working at the virtual assistant in 2020.
It's going again. You're freezing again. I don't know if you can hear us. That's such a pity.
It was me again.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. My internet's good, so it must be yours.
Yeah, mine too. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
Sorry. So by that time that I was working as a virtual assistant, we were in lockdown, and I was feeling completely uprooted. I had been living away from my family for about 7 years, and then with the pandemic, the distance got even harder. And I was feeling it in my body, in my soul, and I longed for the contact with nature, especially the Sintra Mountains nature. And I talked with my husband, who was absolutely lovely. And I said to him, I have to go to my parents' house. I have to spend time with them because um, I'm not okay. So I came to my parents' house for some time, and during one of those visits, I was wandering around the place I grew up and rediscovered the river from my childhood. And there, by the river, it was a huge ash tree that I absolutely fell in love. And I didn't knew. Oh my god. Okay, the connection again. So I didn't knew it was an ash tree, and when I found out, it led me to the yoga and to the OBOD. That was only heard about from two friends, but I didn't know anything about the OBOD. So I ordered Philip's book, The Druid Mysteries. I read it very, very slowly, and I felt that by that time everything was beginning to make sense. OBOD was reflecting all my values. I felt understood, welcomed, and I decided to.
We've lost her again. So let's hope she comes back. This is very frustrating and disappointing. First live chat back after the summer. So hopefully she can come back quickly. So I was looking at some of your comments earlier, just some interesting comments, sorry, philosophical, making you teary. Maybe the change you want to see in the world. That's Matzo. That's so true. And Fable says you say the Druids pray for peace every morning and cherish that ritual. Feel it makes a difference. I think it does. Well, I know it grounds me. It doesn't mean I'm always peaceful and always chilled. I'm not. But what it does is when I do get upset, it's a reminder. It's that anchor that brings me back into that still center. I might be there for a very short time, but it's a place I can always return to many, many times. And often that's what it is backing and forth because of the way life is. But yes, and Sean says we can't create a world that we can't envision first. So, yeah. What are the Druids and technology? Frenemies forever. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. I'm definitely not always peaceful either. Yes. Thank you for that. That's always reassuring to know that But all of these exercises that we do as druids, it's not about keeping us in a state of perfection. It's about those reminders that we can always come back, just come back. Just like if you watch birds, you know, on a tree or on a wall or on a wire, something startles them, they fly off, but then they come back, and they fly away and they come back. Sean says, 7 times fall, 8 times get up. Yeah. Well, the thing is about all of this that's happening in the world is that we mustn't give up. We must keep going. And I think that's so, so important. That I think sometimes we can get into a hopeless place and just say, well, what's the point? Just let all that stuff happen. So let's keep doing it. And I think as druids that we're, I'm just seeing if she's contacted me. No. So she doesn't know what's happening, unfortunately. So if there's any questions anyone wants to ask me while I'm up, here she is. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening.
Well, frenemy, what is it? Gremlins. Anyway, so you joined OBOD. So while we still have you,
Oh my God.
don't worry. So you're a writer. You work for a publishing house. Am I right?
Yeah.
So, and you have a blog. So tell us about your blog.
Well, my blog started as a way to share my zero waste journey. The first blog I had, it was all about sharing my days, and then I started to share only poetry from others and little phrases that I selected from the books I was reading. And then as I began my zero waste journey, I went all in, and I share my journey in the blog. And it was by that time that the blog name changed to Garagem. But then I was feeling the need to write about the daily life and remember myself to be to have my eyes open to the ordinary beautiful moments that we have, like the light entering the windows at dawn, and the candle we lit at dinner, and those ordinary moments that we all always forget. So I started writing about that. And then 2 years ago, my life changed because I had my daughter. And my daughter has been diagnosed with a cleft lip and palate. So writing was a way for me to process everything I was experienced that time. So I think for me, writing it's therapeutical, especially because my mind won't shut up ever. Sometimes it gets too chaotic inside. So when I write, I process the world around me, and I process myself.
Yeah.
So
Can you see the
that's
comments?
the way I write. Well,
Can you see the comments? Mimi says the magic of the everyday.
oh yeah.
And it is beautiful. Yeah. So now you mentioned your busy mind. So tell us about the book you're writing.
So I wrote an ebook. I'm always very shy when I talk about this because it's not a book. It's a little book that I started writing at the end of last year because I was feeling a little nervous about beginning another year. We know that being a druid, our year begins in so and so. But for everybody else, the year begins in January, and I was feeling anxious because of everybody else, not because of me. And I thought maybe I need to have like a note to myself to remember to be present, to reconnect, to be in nature, and to be with the people I love, not going inside this hamster wheel that we live every day. So it began like instructions manual for me. But then I talk about it with friends, and they also they were saying to me, why don't you publish that? Why don't you publish that? So I had the lucky of working at a publisher house. My editor, who was also my friend, said he could publish it as an ebook. So I said yes, and it's almost out. The name will be Instruction Manual for Busy Minds. So it's gentle reminders for us to be present, like little rituals for the everyday life.
Well, I'm just typing it in now for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
It will be sold. Sorry, my
so
English. At zefiro.pt.
say that again.
Zefiro with a
How do you
Z.
spell that?
ZEFIRO.
ZEF ZEF
IRO.
Zephyro. Okay.
Yes. .pt, which is our publisher house.
Okay. Zephyro dot.
PT.
I spell that because I can't hear properly.
PT.
P for Peter.
From P for Peter.
I still can't hear. You need to spell it for me.
PT from Portugal. PT. The letters. PT.
Oh, PT.
Yeah.
Sorry. PT, whatever.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right. So I've just let. And how do you spell your? Somebody's asked, what's the name of your blog? So just spell that for me.
Well, it's garage, but with an M. Garage. Garage in Portuguese.
Okay, that's the blog.
Yeah. .org.
Okay.
It's all in Portuguese, but you can translate it with ChatGPT.
Okay. Okay. So the nice comments, the way to take on a challenge and turn it into a productive activity. Congratulations. Yeah, and Karen had the question, will it be in English? No, well, like she says, Chat GPT, if you wish to go on
But
it.
maybe I can translate the book to English. I accept
Yes.
the challenge.
Okay. And Sean McCann says the extraordinary only ever happens in the midst of the ordinary. Yeah, and I would say always look for the extraordinary within the ordinary. And he said he's on a hamster wheel, but somehow never drops any pounds. Scam.
Yeah.
So lovely. So Animi says, at the most stressful moments, I never think of those simplest things that calm and soothe. I definitely need to read it. I get that all of these techniques and exercises that we learn within the order are very simple.
Yeah.
I've taught assertiveness for years, and I say, this is really, really easy. The hard thing is to remember to do it.
It's the first thing that we stop doing it.
Yeah. So it's again, developing, I think, a practice when we're well and not stressed.
Yeah.
So it's easy peasy, except, pain is a good motivator. And I'm the same myself. It's not until I better do more exercise because I'm feeling pain, rather than, I should continue to do exercises because I'm feeling so good. It's always that kind of thing. Yeah. Stephen says your smile is very infectious. Well, Stephen, you should see it in real. It absolutely isn't. which is beautiful. So, one of the reasons you're here today, and I wanted to do it around now, is that you are now the social media officer for the order.
Yeah.
So, you need now to tell us or tell our viewers what you're going to be doing, what that means, your role now. And I mean, I'm just seeing, just even the templates you've been sending, and I'm like, my God, you're on a roll. Somebody asked you, lady, enjoying your busy retirement, Philip. I'm not Philip, and he's not here. So, okay, so let us know. Tell us what you're doing.
So I will be handling all of the OBOD social media channels, creating content and weaving online magic. And remember every one of the special ordinary moments also, because that's also being in a druid path. And I hope to bring beauty, authenticity, and care to the OBOD community, especially through my words and images. Um, uh, I would love. I have this vision. I would love that OBOD social media channels become spaces where people can truly breathe, not just another place adding more noise to the overwhelming flow of information we have in today's world. And my vision is that when someone visits our channels, it may feel as if they are stepping into a forest barefoot, feeling the fresh, cool air, and letting the shoulders drop and taking a deep breath and feeling at home. I know this is not an easy task. I don't know how I'm going to translate this into posts, but I'm creating templates and feeling everything I'm creating, and I hope that everyone enjoys it, and to bring happiness and calm in that moment, I hope.
Well, I think what you're doing is very subversive, I have to say. Because I knew during COVID and the pandemic and all that stuff, I discovered podcasts. It was only in 2020 that I actually got sufficient broadband to actually listen to a podcast. I didn't even know what they were. Anyway, I was watching a lot of stuff, and it was wiring me. Between climate change, the pandemic, all of that stuff, and all the stuff in between. And I found, being really, really, really stressed, and it wasn't doing me any good. And I started listening to Druidcast, because when Druidcast was on, initially I didn't know what a podcast was, nor could I get access to it because my broadband was so bad. Anyway, I started on, I think, number 182 or something. And then I went back to 95. And then I went to 1 and came forward. And my stress levels went down. It was like, oh my goodness, I'm listening to really nice music, listening to pagans, people that Dave likes, because he would identify very strongly with various pagan groups because he goes to these gatherings and things I've never had access to. And I was like, these were fascinating. He had storytellers, he had musicians from the US I'd never heard of. And it was all this, having conversations and interviews with people, music, poetry, story. And I could feel myself just coming right down. And I thought, this is a safe space to be, like Forest, where there was no antagonism, and no antagonism in the interviews. It was, I'm interested and I'm curious about what you have to say. I may not agree with you, that's not the issue, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
Liz Hill says, Eimear discovered podcasts, Eimear discovers mainlining. I know, so I live my own little bubble. So Lloyd says, that's a wonderful vision. I hope it all comes true for you. Wait a second. Her idea was wonderful. So much for my idea of the officers of the order doing choreographed lip sync videos to psychedelic rock. Oh my God. This is handsome when I can. Oh my, I'm blushing. This is amazing. Congrats. Now, and this is what Stephen McCabe says, such a mature mind on young shoulders. You look very young on screen, I have to say.
Thank you so
Sounds
much.
really exciting. And, you know, it's such a big promise what you're promising. Uh, and
I
no, but
already.
it's your enthusiasm. I just think this is exactly what we need. And we certainly need it now. And it's not that we're avoiding the world. It's just there's that place to help us come back in, recenter ourselves before we go back out again.
Yeah.
Because we're not nourishing ourselves. Well, if we don't nourish ourselves with proper food and sleep and all of those things, we're no good. But we also need to nourish ourselves in energetic, safe spaces, renew ourselves, being in non-confrontational spaces, because you can't live. Refugee, as says Liz, beautiful, and that's what you're doing, and I'm really looking forward to it. Now we're going. You've announced it now.
I've, I've I have created a problem for myself, like this old vision that now I have to follow through, and then when it comes to community management, I will uh, I will enter this job after Maria. So Maria has done an excellent job, and it will be a challenge to follow her footsteps. She truly set a high standard.
Well, I don't think any of us have any doubts about you. And philosophical Phoenix says we're not avoiding the world; we're adding a sanctuary to it. Do you know what? That is a lovely reframe. Thank you for that. And then Nimi says, of course, without work, without peace, no work can be done. I mean, we say that in our rituals. Just beautiful. But because I know people are. I'm sure your enthusiasm is coming across in this. But I met you in real, as my daughter used to say, in August, and you were so bubbly, and it was like so exciting just to see all this ideas just bubbling around. So it's just so lovely to uh, for you to do this, and I'm really looking forward to it. So you're launching this when on Sunday, is it?
Starting this Sunday, yeah,
Of the
the first
21st.
post will be out. Yeah, Albanel.
Brilliant. I just want to acknowledge, Sean, we're a bit like grass. If you walk the same path for too long, the grass doesn't sprint back up. Alternate routes enable elasticity and recovery and the spring back up. Beautiful. Jane is in Canada. Congrats. Looking forward to seeing how you'll take the media role forward. Brilliant. I just think it's so. Can you give us a little flavour of what you're going to do? Hints,
I
or is that purely we just have to wait until Sunday?
I will be sharing information about the celebrations, the Wheel of the Year, but also we will have moments just to breathe and to connect with ourselves and the world. Maybe little rituals.
And where is this to be seen? So now, I mean, the traditional one, the one we is actually mostly it's okay. It's Dave's Druidcast, and then there's Facebook. So, what platforms is OBOD now going to be on?
So we will be in Instagram, Threads, also Instagram connected, Bluesky, which is an alternative
Right?
to X, TikTok, but we are not dancing. Sorry. I will
Sean
not
McCann might
do
do
it
some for you.
dancing.
Sean McCann. Sean McCann. Instead of being the hamster on the wheel, he might be happy to do some dancing for you. Okay.
Okay, okay.
And I do look forward. I've volunteered him.
Yeah, that's it. And YouTube will be more. Will have more shorts.
Oh, shorts. I heard sharks.
Yeah.
Shorts. Okay.
No,
Brilliant.
no shorts.
So this sounds really, really good. It's brilliant. So,
And also, we are accepting members' contributions on the
yes.
heart. That's very important because we want to share your view of the druid path.
Okay, that is brilliant. Now, ukulele pops, for those who don't know, Google Translate will convert Garage M to English if you have it on your phone. So all is not
Oh,
lost. Brilliant. So, okay. Okay, and here's an answer to Sean, my suggestion that Sean dance. Me dancing is where the punishment is the same as the crime. That's brilliant. So, and I agree, Fable says that's fantastic about member contributions. So I know it's more than, it's not just, we've got more than OBOD members watching this, but where on the heart is it, where do you accept your contributions?
we have a form at the front page. It's like right side, and you can see the link, and you can add photos. I think also videos, and you can write what's it about and what you want to share, and give the consent for us to be able to share it.
Oh, that is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Wonderful. So,
Also,
so
I know a lot of the seed groups don't share about celebrations outside the seed group. But if you have a seed group that want to open up to new members, which I think would be great for new members, we can share it at our social media also.
great. Absolutely. So anyone who wants, free to do it and free not to do it. And I think that's absolutely
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
So, I mean, I think this is going to be interesting where we're going forward, and just such so reassuring that it's in your capable hands,
Thank
and
you so
also
much.
that sanctuary, that place of sanctuary to offer people uh, just a moment's respite. So, absolutely,
It's this is almost selfish too, because creating for robots has been really magic for me, and there was a moment, especially when I had the my daughter's diagnosed, when I felt that I was losing my faith, and I stopped everything I was doing, all my druid practices, my altar, my I abandoned my altar, so I felt everything just crumbling down, and it was on a tea with a druid that I woke up from this kind of numb state. And now creating for robots is awakening my practice. Sometimes I'm creating these videos and these images with the text, and I'm feeling so connected to my druidic path. It's really an honor to be able to do this, and it's a job, and it's I have this tendency to hyper focus and forget about everything around me, that sometimes I'm just working a lot of hours, and and I don't feel like the time has passed.
I think that is beautiful. You know, given that challenge, you know, over your daughter's diagnosis,
Yeah,
and how your work and your OBOD work just brings the two together. Because so often people say, you know, when I come home from work in the evening, I do X, Y, and Z, or I can only do this at the weekends because I'm busy at work. And
yeah,
here, your actual work is bringing you where you need to be. That is just so,
yeah,
so
yeah.
beautiful. And I think it's a lovely example because often I ask people, you know, how has Druidry helped people manage challenges? And here's a very good example. How's your daughter now?
She's perfect. it was really scary when we had the diagnosis, but and I was very afraid about what will be my reaction when I saw her, because we only see the ultrasound, which is like that. You
Yes.
know what ultrasounds are. And first, when we had the diagnosis, we did the terrible thing, which was googling google it.
Yes.
So, and in Google we saw the worst, so we weren't able to imagine what she will be. And then at the moment the nurse put her in my chest, was like, oh my god, she was the most, she is the most beautiful baby I saw in my whole life. And that she was it was bilateral, the cleft, and it was in her way, it was a beautiful cleft. I don't know how to explain this to people that had normal babies, but it's strange. But and she was she had the first I don't know how to say it in English,
Surgery.
surgery. Yeah, she has the first surgery 3 months old, which was
Oh, sweet. I
so
bet.
difficult for us. And then the second one to close the palate at 9 months old. And now she's, you can tell she has a little scar. And now, well, she will have another surgery like 9-10 years old maybe, because of the her tooth.
Okay.
Because in the place that she has the cleft, they have to put a little bone from the hip, so it will be. But she's a normal kid,
Oh, that is
just like
beautiful.
just like other kids, and she has this strong personality.
We have no idea where she got that from. Maybe from the surgery or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a beautiful story. That is just so lovely. Uh, and Gabriella says, "Mama's love is so precious. Not a scar, the mark of a star on her lips."
Yeah.
Sweet, really, really nice. Oh, that is just so so beautiful. So now, okay, so you left your practices and everything because, so you got the diagnosis before she was born, so they could see it in the.
Yeah.
So that, of course, raised all sorts of anxieties because, and then, like you say, you went on Google and you
Yeah.
see the worst and the best, and it takes you to the furthest extreme. So, what is your daily practice now, if you have one?
It's well, at this time my my life is going through a lot of changes again,
Hmm.
and my only practices today is when I'm working. So not the best example, but
Hey.
I try to be aware of that that tiny moments. Like philip Philip said one thing when we were lunching in August. He was saying to me, when you're with your daughter just playing, cast a circle around you and promise yourself to be present in that moment, just with Matilda. And this is kind of obvious when we say this, but it's not that easy,
Yeah.
because especially because my mind won't shut up, and I'm with Matilda and I'm thinking about what I have to do, with my job and the house and the food, and it's not easy. And that little advice, I sat down with Matilda and I cast a circle. This is our moment, this is our place, nothing gets here. It was very important.
I think so. And it's about the moments. It's not about now you have to spend the next hour.
Yeah.
It's about just this moment, this now, right now, I think is hugely important. And it's all of those little mini nows, these short periods, because that's what we can do. I
Yeah.
think that's so, so beautiful. Ukulele Pop said, who was also a musician in the busker, said, I was born with a cleft palate. They come a long way from the 60s, which they certainly
Wow.
have. Um,
Yeah.
and then Jane says, remember, work can be an act of service and love. Don't underestimate the energy you will put into this role. Just lovely.
Thank you.
Sacred play, sacred space, sacred time. It's lovely. And Anita says, what an absolute joy to hear Inês speak. Inês, sorry, Inês, not Inês, speak about it. To see such love as she speaks of Mathilde. Love watching this chat. Such a beautiful energy, such excitement. Well, she's lovely and real as well. So, and and yes, Karen says, is that a glimmer? Recognizing magical moments. I think it is. It's those, and um, they're so precious. But it's about spotting them. And
Yeah.
now, Claire Patterson Valente, I assume it's Portuguese. Can you see the comments?
I guess. Let me just
If
see.
you look at your top right of the screen, you'll see a little
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. A wonderful, beautiful girl.
beautiful, beautiful. That's lovely. So, I mean, you spoke about, getting the diagnosis around Matilda. What other challenges have you experienced in your life that you've overcome?
Well, that was the challenge.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I well, I lived difficult moments in my life, but I'm so positive about life that if people ask me if uh, if everything happened in my life that's bring me down, I don't remember those times because I try to. I don't know if maybe sometimes I dissociate, but I tend to remember more the good things. And well, but surely the diagnosis would be it was the most difficult that I lived, especially because I wanted to be a mother for so long, and we were trying to conceive since 2017, and
Okay.
I was doing tests and nothing was wrong. And then I got pregnant, which was a surprise. But somehow, 1 week before I made the test and discovering, I was feeling like I know this will sound really crazy, but I told this to a friend of mine. She was asking me, how about the pregnancy, are you trying? And I said to her, I don't know if I will be a mother in this life, but somehow I feel a mother already. I feel like I have a child, maybe on another plan, but I felt it with me, and I didn't knew I was pregnant by
Wow.
then. It was very. And then when I discovered, I was thinking about that conversation. I was like, oh my god, I felt it somehow. And so when we had the diagnosis, the diagnosis was very difficult because first because we haven't heard about it ever. We didn't knew what it was, and the doctor who was telling us was not very kind. He said, "Oh, you don't have to worry. If it was a boy with the mustache, it will not see anything." And I was like, "Well, but babies they don't born
Not
with
born
a
with
with a mustache." So,
Not really.
and we had like 5 weeks before the no 5 weeks after the diagnosis. It was terrible because we have one doctor that's well, she didn't say it with all the words, but she was trying for me to get an abortion. So for a cleft lip, because sometimes they say it could be associated with a lot of syndromes. So, but I felt that everything was okay. I don't know how, but and she only had the cleft, nothing
Wow.
else. And it was well, in the middle of this, I lost all of my faith. But from the moment we find the doctor that we choose to be the surgeon and the team to
Yeah.
which will be seeing this Saturday also. I remember getting out of the of this of that I of his um, appointment and saying to Andre, I didn't believe in angels till now, because this doctor is really an angel. It was very important to meet him.
Oh, that is so lovely. That is so lovely to hear that. That is just beautiful. Um, Sean has a question. How do the challenges you faced inform your practice of druidry? What parts resonate more as a result?
Uh, I don't know what. Let me.
Can you? It's on the
Okay.
screen.
How do the challenge you faced inform? I don't know if I understand the question. Sorry. How the challenge you faced? Well, I think I I accepted more easily the diagnosis. It was, if she came to me, she had to come as she is, and I never questioned why us, why me, because although I was very afraid and scary about this, I felt that me and Andrea, we were able to be the best parents that she could have. And uh, I think the druid path helped me ground myself in this role. I don't know if I'm explaining it right,
Yes.
but it was, and also my also this might sound I don't know. No, it's not gonna sound crazy, because we all as druids have this connection with the trees and the stones, and uh, that ash tree that I talked about in the beginning of our conversation has been like a really powerful presence in my maternity journey, because
Oh,
I go to that ash tree when I need the strength.
beautiful. That is beautiful. Wonderful. Oh. Now, philosophical says Inês is like a personification of determined, effervescent joy. What a huge blessing in times like these.
Thank you.
Just beautiful. Lovely. So somebody's getting a migraine, they have to go. That's a pity. Um, Interesting, your mother's intuition, and often mothers will know they've. I remember trying to conceive my daughter and um, had done a ritual, and then I was doing a sweat lodge, and I could see a baby in the stones, and I thought, no, it isn't
But it
pregnant.
was, yeah.
And then my son told me for 2 weeks before I knew I was pregnant that there was a baby sister in my tummy.
Oh, that's so
So
lovely.
I did the test, and at the
Yeah,
time, and
you are.
told he wasn't yet 3, and he says, yes, it's a baby sister, and I said, Well, we don't know. She is. She told me. So anyway, these things we can't explain, but just part of that magic. You
Yeah.
know, it's just beautiful, beautiful. So when you think of the modern world, and of course, as a mother, what concerns you most about the modern world?
Well, the rise of violence at the young people, it concerns me a lot, and I don't want to be that mother that uh, grabs her children and don't want them to do anything. I since I was pregnant, I always talked with my belly and telling Matilde that she wouldn't come here to be a people pleaser. She will be here to do whatever she wants, and I think I was trying to convince myself that she was free and she is her own person, and it's difficult for me to think about letting her fly when there's so much hate in this world. And it's not, I think when I was younger, we we saw the news and it felt like it was always far away from us. And now it's outside our door. And that concerns me a lot.
You know, and I'd heard this before from other parents. Once their children were born, the world became a very dangerous place because when you're an invisible adult and you look after yourself and you can make your decisions, you're all grown up. It's fine, fine, fine. And then you have a child, and it's like, oh my goodness, oh no, 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 all these things, even that my friends do. Uh,
Yeah.
that is a scary place. And like my children are now young adults, and I've been able to let them go. But I remember the first time we didn't have the baby monitor on.
Oh, yeah.
Then having their bedroom door closed, but ours still open. Then both doors closed. And the first time we let our son down the street, all of those kind of first times and letting them go. And it all happens in its own time, not when your little one is two. You know,
Yeah.
and yeah, and somebody mentioned screen. Karasu, I hope I'm pronouncing your name, the dreamer. Screen addiction is one of the biggest things. Yeah, just having
Oh, yeah.
children. I don't know what it does for young minds or young brains. I have no idea. So given all that, what gives you hope?
Love. I am. I think being on this druid path give me the tools to teaching Matilda to love the natural world and the people around her, and that gives me hope.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I,
think
I think
it's a light that we lit in our path.
Well, she's obviously got a loving mother and dad, and it's just been so lovely chatting to you. I haven't asked this question in such a long time. So, what is your favorite ceremony on the Wheel of the Year, and what's your favorite season? They might be the same, but they might be.
Well, it's this one that we are celebrating Sunday.
Uh, the autumn equinox, yes.
Yeah.
And,
And also before I joined the order and before I knew everything I knew about the celebrations, this was always the time that I felt that I had to reconnect with myself and think about what's going on with me, and it's always well, I remember when I start living with Andre, and uh, always around that time I was going down and feeling more. And she always said that I had the poet syndrome. I
poets,
had to be, yeah, I I had to be down, I have to cry, I have to, and he accepted very well. So
Very good.
it's a very important time for me. This
Beautiful.
one.
I can hear Mathilde. Am I hearing her yelling?
Yeah.
So
She's laughing.
I think maybe it's time to let you go. And because I remember so often my children taking my face and saying, "Stop talking." Because it's so frustrating when parents just are doing other things and not focusing on the
Yeah,
child.
that's very difficult for me. When I'm concentrated with, yeah, it's very difficult.
Very, very hard. Listen, Inês, it's been such a joy chatting with you. And I'm looking forward to seeing whatever is let loose on us socially on Sunday. And it's been lovely. And I look forward to seeing you
Doing
at the
together.
because you're going to come to that. And it's just so
Yeah.
nice for our viewers just to get to get a look at you and to hear you
Yeah.
and get to meet you. So it's been
Yeah.
such a joy. So I'll just allow you say goodbye to everybody, and then we can chat in the green afterwards.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here and for your kind words. It made this easier for me. I was very nervous because I don't. Um, I think my English is always bad, but I think I'm getting better at it.
Your English is good, and we have lovely viewers who want to hear you because this isn't a current affairs adversarial program. It's about a chat, and so excuse me for coughing. So anyway, I'll send you to as a Bardic Inspiration says, I'm not an OBOD member, but I always enjoy the company and time spent and meeting all of you. Well, that's lovely to hear that. Thank you very, very much. So I'll just send you back to the green room, and then we can look at I'll just say goodbye here. Okay, so I'll
Okay.
see you
Thank
soon.
you so much.
So anyway, thank you all. It's good to be back and nice to see new names and familiar names, and blessings of Connacht Anor, the autumn equinox. May your reflections on your harvest be very, very rich, and may your harvest be full of peace as well, and strength and courage to stand up for what's right. Gabriella, thank you very much. And so until I will see you next week. So until then, slán go fóill.